Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Girish Ashok Budhankar, Assistant Professor, Maharashtra Education Society, MBA Pune. I am here to deliver a session on UGC HRDC FDP on the development, delivery, and evaluation of e-content. For that, I have selected decision science as a subject for development of e-content, as I am taking this lecture from sessions from last 1.5 months continuously. So basically what we have to do is the basic of the decision science that I am going to discuss today. So basically decision science is a science where you are going to use the various tools and techniques for taking the decisions for the businesses. That is the basic of the decision science, in which whatever the different tools we are going to use, that tools must be useful for taking the decisions for the organizational developments. So according to the various definitions given by the authors, the decision analysis is the discipline comprising the philosophy, theory, methodology, and professional practices necessary to address the important decision in formal manner. It means that there may be a specific structure have been defined, and accordingly you have to put up the data, and that data give you the proper direction to take a decision for your organization. Basically in the decision science also an interdisciplinary science which is useful for which uses scientific methods like mathematical modeling, statistics, algorithms to help the decision making in a complex real world, which concerned with coordination and execution of operation within an organization. So that is the basics of decision science what we have done. So basically in the MBA syllabus, decision science is specifically involved to develop the capability of the students so that they can use these tools and take a decisions for their organizations where they are going to work, or if they are an entrepreneurs, so they also have to take the decision by using these various tools. So under the decision science, basically there are various types of tools that can be used for various purposes, such an example assignment model, transportation model, queuing theory, CPM, PERT means that is program evaluation and review techniques, probability, sequencing, and everything. So there are number of techniques have been given under the decision science, and under that you can use the various methods, various tools according to the requirement of the businesses. So basically we are going to consider the first topic, that is called as the assignment model. Now what is exactly the meaning of assignment model is, so assignment model is a decision assignment model is a tool which is used to make a decision out of various opportunities, out of various resources available to an individual. So according to the assignment, what we are going to do is we are going to divide the work according to the requirement, according to the quality of the labor. The basic concept of assignment model method is, in the assignment method there are number of jobs have to be done, and there are number of workers who are going to perform that work. That is the basic concept. So in any sort of organization there are number of jobs have to be done, and those number of jobs have to be done through the various labors. So according to the assignment model, we have to allot these jobs to the specific labors. So according to the assignment method, what we are going to do is we are going to make the allotments of the various jobs to the various labors. And the basic thing is that in the assignment model we have to allot a single job to the single labor. Why? Because individual labor have their individual capabilities. Not all laborers can do everything under their leadership. Every labor have separate capabilities, have separate qualities, have separate way of work. So according to the nature of that labor and according to the requirement of job, you have to allot that job to the individual. So that can be done under the assignment model method. That so under this assignment method, basically there are one type that is called as Hungarian assignment method or a flood method. Now what actually we are going to see in the assignment model, there must be some metrics have been given, some table has been given, and that table and the metrics must represent the labors, number of labors available, that is this personal labor, that is 1 2 3 4 5, and the various jobs available in the organization. So that is A, B, C, D, E. These are the various jobs available in the organization. And now this C1, C2, C3, C14, C15, these are the various cost cell. Means if you are going to allot labor one, sorry, allot labor 1 to A, that is C11. So that must be C11 is the cost of execution of that work. Similarly, if you are allotting labor 2 with a C, that is C23, that is 2 is the number of rows and 3 is the number of column. So accordingly, if you are allotting C23, so that cell, whatever the values, that is the cost associated with the job to be done by the labor. So accordingly, you have to make the various job assignment to the different labors available. Now how we are going to make the alignment? There are the various steps that you have to be executed. The first step is find the opportunity cost out of the table. Now what is mean by opportunity cost? Opportunity cost means you have to make the row reduction and the column reduction. Under row reduction, what we have to do, this is the first one, that is labor 1. This is the row C11, C12, C13, C14, C15. That labor, that is the first row. Under row reduction, what we have to do, we have to subtract the least containing value cell to all the cells of that respective row. So that is called as row reduction. What it means, if C12 is the least cell, that C12 must be subtracted from C11, C13, C14, C15 and C12 individually. So you may get the row reduction. Next is column reduction. After doing the row reduction, you have to do the column reduction, and under column reduction again you are going to make the same process, just we have to select the individual column. So individual column A is the column we have selected. So if that C21 is the least value, so that C21 must be subtracted from all the cells associated with column A, that is C11, C21, C31 and C41. So accordingly we have to make the row reduction and column reduction. That is the first step of the assignment model. Next one is the test for optimality. Now test for optimality means you have to draw the lines which is going to cover maximum number of zeros. If you are done with the row reduction and the column reduction, then next stage is the calculate test for optimality. Now under the test for optimality, you have to draw the lines. Now how you are going to draw the lines? You have to draw the lines which is passing through maximum number of zeros. Accordingly, you have to make the lines. So those lines must be vertical or horizontal only. The line should not be diagonal. That is the basic thing. The next is the revise the present opportunity cost table. After doing the line drawing through the passing of number of zeros, you have to check the optimality of the solution. If the number of line passing through the zeros is equals to the value of matrix, then that is the feasible solution to make the, that is the feasible situation to make the allotments. Okay. So if the line drawing through the number of zeros is equal to the value of matrix, means 5 by 5, 4 by 4, 3 by 3, that is the value of matrix, then the line should be drawn must be 5, 4, 3, right? So if the matrix is 3 by 3, the line passing through maximum number of 0 must be 3. If matrix is of 4 by 4, the line passing through the maximum number is 4. So accordingly, you have to check the optimality and revise the opportunity cost. Check the test of optimality. If the count is equal, then you have to directly go to the final assignment step. Otherwise, you have to repeat the step number 3 and step number 4 and step number 2 again and again. So, okay, so I'm directly going to the step number 6, how we are going to make the allotment. Now in the allotment, we have to start the allotment of the job by row wise first. Now before doing this a job assignment, at that time you have to find out the row which is having a single zero element in the cell. So if the row number 2 contains the single element at C24 and all the other have the number of zeros in that specific row as more than one, so at that time C24 get a job, and that C24 if get a job, the corresponding value zeros in this column D get crossed out, so that further allotment should not be done for job D. Whatever I have told you in the first portion, that single labor must be have a single job. That means if we are going to allot row wise first, row wise means C24 have only 1 0, so that must be the value of that must be the assignment, and the respective column of that respective column, if there is any zero, that zero get crossed out. So you have to make the assignment row wise first. You have to find out the least containing only one zero containing rows and make start the assignments. Okay, then 1 2 3 we have to start with the row wise and then go to the column wise. If you observe the column wise, if there is a single zero column, make the allotment and respective row gets freeze. Means respective row containing zero gets freeze. You are not going to allot any job to that respective row. So accordingly vice versa, you have to make the assignment and you have to finish up with the assignment problem, and at the end you may find out that there must be equal number of jobs as per the equal number of labors available. If there are 4 labors, there must be a 4 jobs. If there are 5 labors, there must be the 5 jobs allotment must be there. So that is called as the assignment techniques that must be used for the decision making in the organization. So this is the session what I have prepared for the presentation. Thank you so much.